Quantum control of the sound is working.
The live and recording timers are in sync for once. That's neat.
That means it probably is gonna work. What are you purring for, kitty? What are you happy about?
Objection!
Objection.
Igiari. Objection. Igiari.
Sounds working.
Objection. No, it isn't.
No,
Objection!
it isn't.
Your Honor, the audio isn't working. Episode 4. Farewell, my turnabout. Part 4-2. Trial. Locust like to save data? No.
No, actually, we're gonna turn this off and play,
Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes.
yes.
The last chapter of the Black Eagles route. March 23rd, 2:35 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. So at the end, if you missed the last session, at the end we needed to get to Gumshoe with the evidence he found, and Phoenix reminded Edgeworth that Franziska put a tracker on him. And I have to sneeze. And now that I've said it, it's not going to happen.
That's how it is, isn't it?
Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? That is... It's nothing, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Edgeworth?
It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note. Oh, hey, Daniel's here.
Hey, Daniel.
You're just in time for the grand finale. Strap in, it's gonna be a long one. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery.
What?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
Your mom. That's what I mean.
This note was not written by Miss Impacts herself. It is a fake. Order! 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 Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Miss Impacts, then who wrote it? Your mom, Your Honor. We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida.
Mr. Corrida?
Please, Mr. Corrida was my father. Please, call me Juan. Well. It looks like Miss Impacts never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about On Guard. However, Your Honor, even though this suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. On Guard could not have known that, and so that facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible.
This theory that On Guard had no idea the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with this. There's any evidence, I guess. Yeah.
Before we commit to that, let's see what evidence you think you should present here.
Okay.
Do you think you should present your attorney's badge?
No.
Do you think you should present the bling Maya gave you?
No.
Okay, how about the Nickel Samurai sponsored by Pepsi?
No.
Okay. How about this ticket to the murder show?
No.
How about this original Game Boy still running Tetris?
No.
Okay, how about we give Lotta her camera back?
No.
Damn, get fucked, Lotta. How about this gossip rag?
Nine.
Oh, okay. All right. How about this this map of the hotel?
Nope.
All right. Does the guitar case have anything to do with why Matt would or wouldn't know if the note was forged?
No.
Okay. Does this glass tell us that Matt totally knew the note was forged?
No.
Okay. Does this photo tell us anything about that?
No.
Okay. Does this jam-covered button tell us anything?
No.
All right. How about this report about Celeste killing herself?
No.
All right. How about this report about Adrian attempting and failing to kill herself?
No.
Okay. How about Juan's autopsy report? Doesn't this tell us something important?
No.
Okay. How about this this knife?
No. Nope.
All right. How about this photo of Adrian being a creep and creeping around?
No. Not for this
Alright,
anyway.
All right. How about this this lovely card?
No. There's
All right.
nothing.
How about this? All right. All right. How about this spy camera that Matt planted in Juan's room?
No. No.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna be sure right now. Keep going. I don't remember half the evidence, so like I need to see it again.
Okay, well, this is a spy camera Matt planted in Juan's room, and Edward searched Juan's house and found more cameras like this. This that also came from Matt. So
Yeah.
food for thought. How about this transmitter that was sending footage from Matt's spy camera of Juan's room to Matt's house?
No.
Okay, how about bingo?
No.
Can he tell us whether or not Matt knew the note was forged?
I wish.
All right, how about this this receipt for that toothbrush Matt bought?
No.
That $3,800 toothbrush.
Mm-mm.
All right, how about this stock photo of Celeste that Matt cut out and kept like a creep?
No.
Okay, how about this mirror universe Winnie the Pooh?
No.
Okay, how about this this forged suicide note from Celeste Impacts that was actually from Matt on guard, or Juan Brita, I mean.
No. Okay, so there's something I'm missing from understand.
One fuckboy too many in this case. I get them mixed up. So what are you missing?
Oh, I'm just missing something because I mean, Wright thinks something is wrong. I'm missing what's wrong. I'm missing why he would know it was forged. I mean,
You're missing why Matt would know that Juan forged a note.
I mean, I don't know if he would. I don't know when he would have forged the notes. The thing. Like, was the forging done, like, I don't know, before the spy cameras were put in the room? Or was the forging done, like, you know?
Well, remember, Matt didn't just have cameras in Juan's room. He also had them in Juan's house. Edgeworth went and found them.
Right.
So even though it's not reflected in the court record here, it has been established previously that Matt has been spying on Juan for possibly a long time. So like for who knows how long.
So he could have seen it. Him write
Yes.
the note.
Yeah. What?
Okay.
Yeah. What?
I wasn't
Phoenix is
sure
saying-
of the timeline. Yeah, I just wasn't sure how long it was. So I wasn't sure if that was the right answer.
Yeah, what Phoenix is about to say here is that it's plausible that Matt could have known the note was forged because spy cameras.
Okay.
So we're presenting evidence, or are we backing down?
Presenting evidence.
Okay.
The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything is proven to this is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Ungard to not have known it was a fake. And present the spy camera.
What is this little item called again? It's a dildo, Your Honor.
A dildo, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but...
Oh, that's right, a dildo. Oh, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays.
Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Ungard knew of the existence of this note. Because he was spying on the victim, isn't that right? I don't know, Phoenix, is it right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Ungard would have known that the victim had forged the note.
Right. So then, the defendant knew the suicide note was fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Well done, Mr. Wright.
Exactly, Your Honor. You're actually complimenting me? The prosecution's theory, I'll say that again. The prosecution theory as to what Mr. Ungard's motive for murder was. It has suddenly disappeared into thin air! Ha!
But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Ungard monitored Mr. Kurita 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Ungard didn't know of.
Also something I was thinking. Oh. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Your mom! Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery in an unknown place?
What burden of evidence? But I'm the prosecution. You're the one who's supposed to prove everything, right? Order! 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 Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Oh? As you figured? As I figured. It came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. Question is, what next?
What next?
If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Ungard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual.
Edgeworth's stuttering. This is not like him at all.
Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley the Killer to commit murder?
That's impossible! Who in the...
It's not impossible.
No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty!
I can think of exactly two such people. The client and Shelley.
Yep. I was about to say that.
Yes, Mr. Edward. Who is this witness? It's... Yes, go on. Who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelley the Killer. Oh, Mr. the Killer. Wait! Shelley the Killer? You mean the killer? Or, I mean, the assassin? Oh, fuck. I jostled the cord again. We'll be right back, but chat, don't go anywhere.
Or go everywhere.
Okay, we are allegedly back.
Allegedly.
Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here, to the witness stand. Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright?
Yes?
Is this alright with you?
Why are you asking me? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out.
Sure you can, Phoenix. Do your juggling act.
The defense has no objections, Your Honor.
I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well, then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand.
Edgeworth. Is there no other way left? Is there no other way left to us?
Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley Dissler, and I am a professional assassin. I say, what is going on here?
What do you mean what's going on?
How can you remain so calm? And what's the meaning of this talking radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court.
So this must be what that urgent phone call we got earlier was about.
Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this talking radio in my court. First of all, we can't even really be sure if this is Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry.
Maya!
Maya! A voice. Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this?
The defense has no objections to this person. We're satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer.
Are you sure? It looks like a talking radio to me.
Sure.
It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Carrera. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Carrera. Roll. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it. It's a bad dream.
Shelley's the Killer. What's he going to say?
I fucked your mother last night. About my client. There is something I must first state. To an assassin, Nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever radio. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us.
While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief.
You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. I don't trust anyone. I know my wife's out to get me. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the radio?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix.
Don't worry, I'll poke him a lot. I'll poke that radio.
About my client. Blah 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 blah.
I like to poke you, sir.
Do we have a profile of the radio?
I fucking
can't.
hope
We don't.
so. Aww. Billy the Killer. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients?
I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means?
Actually, no, I only learned the second and third.
Daniel asks, can we ask him how he managed to turn into a radio? Let's hope so.
So sorry, go on.
Well, it appears that this is one radio you can't badger, Mr. Wright.
That's only because you don't know about my situation.
Blah 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 blah. Right? Blah 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 blah.
The trust between you and your client.
Daniel says, I kid you not, he turned himself into a radio. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you're testifying as a radio?
This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name, so my clients can trust me.
Couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust?
No, they couldn't. I have too much spatial awareness. They would never sneak up behind me. It has never happened before, and it never will. But if it ever did...
Yes?
that person would not be my client for very long. They would certainly... Oh, that's enough. Please, no more. You're a very scary radio.
Very well. It was a hypothetical anyway.
That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them.
It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. You... Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now. Excuse me, but would you care to die? Oh, no, I didn't say anything.
The judge had better watch himself. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client.
I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do.
Ah! That egomaniacal.
It is not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let every little thing bother you.
Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already.
Patience. Try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and closed, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk.
I'm not his therapist, you know.
That's the next spin-off.
I'm not really sure what evidence they want us to do here.
I don't think this is an evidence thing. I think this is a press them all thing, and now that we've pressed them all, there's another one we have to press again. So let's just speed through these. Alright, let's see which one's different now. Trust, blah 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 blah, provide service, blah 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 blah. Oh.
You said that your client had already broken the rules.
A person who frames another is the worst kind of human.
And that's why you feel you can betray this person.
I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role.
Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured?
Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic?
This case just keeps getting better and better.
If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed.
Everyone understands your point, I think. Really.
In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent.
Excellent.
Now then, I do believe it's about time I revealed the name of my client. Don't you agree? This is really like this did not need this many steps to get to this point. This could have just been like this statement could have popped up after we pressed them all the first time.
Yep.
What is it?
Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name.
If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Carita? That person's name is...
Look at this fair again. Here we go.
Adrian Andrews.
What?
Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier! Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What?! This can't be! On the phone earlier.
But what's going on here?
Did you think that was a Mia line or something?
No, I said it. I did say it. My Wi-Fi died, so.
Oh, okay. Understandable.
I'll say it
Have a nice day.
Well, what's going on here?
My guess is that Mr. DeKiller just stabbed Mr. Edwards in the back. But that's so inconvenient. They can't reach back there at all. That's a very bad place to get stabbed.
Stab Edgeworth in the back? Not the front?
I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. DeKiller told him a different name. Matt on guard, perhaps?
I knew it.
You didn't know shit, Phoenix. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie.
But you were the one who summoned this witness.
Grr, you silly DeKiller. My testimony is the truth.
The defendant at the moment is Matt on guard, am I correct?
All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this.
Yeah. Do we want?
The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. DeKiller's client, who requested the murder, was not the defendant at all.
No.
With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt on guard is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately.
What now? With the way this is going, On Guard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya.
Yeah. But Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And On Guard, my client, I know he's guilty.
What was that, Mr. Wright?
I said nothing, Your Honor. Don't mind me.
Oh.
Just having a chat with my ghosty girlfriend.
Oh, okay, I guess I was just hearing things. Wait, girlfriend? But she's 8 years old! Oh, police! Police, arrest this man!
Oh, fuck. Can I live with myself if I win this?
Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant?
Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley DeKiller is certainly lying under oath. If only that were a crime.
It wasn't me! Listen, everyone, please! That testimony just now, it was all one big lie! Miss Andrews. The suicide note may have been a fake. But that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died! And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. A testimony just now. You have to believe me, it was a horrible, horrible lie.
But Mr. DeKiller himself has testified. He has named you as his client.
No, that's not true!
Yes, it is. Also, there is quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and button, donning the nickel samurai costume.
That's...
You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impax was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the men who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead.
I know! Mr. Wright! You know the truth. Tell them! Tell them the real story, who the real killer is. Tell them! Please, help me. Yes, I know the truth.
The truth that I have to save my game now.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions.
Your mom, Your Honor. Have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for new evidence? Ooh.
What are you supposed to do?
Damn! Don't know. The right thing, I guess. Which is to request the trial continues.
You sure you don't want Maya to live?
I want Maya to live, but like I feel like this is gonna give us the happy ending. Maya will be fine for a few more hours.
Maya will be dead in a few more hours.
She'll be, unless the trial only lasts 10 minutes. Boom, perfectly fine.
All right.
I think.
All right. I just saved. So if we get the bad ending, we can reload. Let's request the trial continue. Hope you haven't just made a mistake there.
Okay.
Phoenix.
I can't do it, Mia. Maya? Mia? Mamma Mia? Mamma Mia. Can't do it, Mia. I can't accept the not guilty.
You are a lawyer.
I know. But Mangard is a killer. A murderer!
What was that, Mr. Wright?
I said it, Your Honor! He's a murderer! I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall.
He can't keep getting away with it!
If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than guard. And even though I don't want to admit, I have to face the fact. That is because of Edward that I now know the real truth. The whole truth and nothing but truth. He could have gotten unguarded, convicted so many times over. But he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust.
He would never invite me to his birthday party ever again.
His trust? Never thought about it until now. I trust him?
What is this trust you talk about? Yes, you do. I can read your mind, by the way.
Mr. Wright, your opinion, please.
The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer.
Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right.
Edgeworth. I love you.
But that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done.
I'm not done yet. I see through the witness's lies and find. I see. I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth.
Daniel says, everyone can read. A very inspirational quote. Daniel then says, Phoenix's mind.
Everyone can read. Not me, apparently.
And not everyone can read Phoenix's mind, only his best friends. So, Mia and Maya.
Oh god. Friendship is magic. That is my job, Your Honor! There's still more evidence to look at. I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Mamma mia, it's a miracle.
Daniel says, everybody reads! Everybody reads! Everybody reads! Everybody reads!
Very well. The trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. DeKiller.
Right away, Your Honor.
Has a verdict been reached?
Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more.
About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for?
Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done.
What's he talking about? Usually done?
Edgeworth is making shit up as he goes.
But what shall we have him testify about now?
Edgeworth is pulling a phoenix right now.
Mr. DeKiller, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail.
You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? About my client. Part 2. As I have already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. This is a most unexpected turn of events for the 5th time now. However, this time, everything has finally been revealed, and this time will be the last time, and there will be no more surprise upsets.
Just a second, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
We still have the cross-examination to do.
But you don't need to question testimony like this, and I'm the judge, and what I say goes. And I say Madame Garde is innocent, and we can all go home and have dinner. Do you, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, the defense will question the witness, as if I have a choice here.
Oh, why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case, and beneficial to my ability to go home and have my dinner in peace. If you scrutinize the testimony, then...
Then I'll expose the lies in that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose. They're just like, the fuck is wrong with you, Phoenix? This ain't how cord works.
I don't understand what's going on anymore.
That makes two of us.
Daniel says, "Objection! Your Honor, have you ever thought about how some starfish have sex organs but still reproduce asexually? It's weird, right?" About my client, part 2. Adrian Andrews.
Phoenix just stares at the radio.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
If I press him the wrong way, might raise the suspicions on his end. I have to do something to waste more time.
Witness, please tell me your opinions on Grey's Anatomy.
I have never seen it. Next.
Witness. About requesting a hit.
Yes.
How much is your fee? Well, why, Phoenix? Are you interested?
I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney.
Huh?
If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial.
Ah! No! I'm not thinking of hiring.
Mr. Wright!
Yes.
You want to kill me! You want me dead, don't you?
What? Why would you think something like that, Your Honor?
Guilty! Mr. Phoenix Wright, you are hereby declared guilty!
Witness, let's continue. While these two clowns honk each other's noses. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not? Daniel says, "Witness, could you please recite the entire B-movie script for us?"
Very well, if I must. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way that a bee should be able to fly.
What? Do you actually know some of the people?
I know that first bit. Its wings are not strong enough to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, however, flies anyway, because bees do not care what humans think is impossible.
Why do you know this?
Because it's a meme on the internet.
Oh yeah, and I don't know memes on the internet. I'm not a cool kid.
You've never been on the internet. You don't even know what the internet is.
Damn.
You
think that most...
You think I'm hiding in your laptop right now?
I know you're hiding in my laptop, actually.
Right. Because I am. Because there's no such thing as the internet. Don't worry.
I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill.
If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job.
Yeah, well, a change in occupation might be good for you.
However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. I'm innocent, you see. You cannot put me on trial.
Bet.
Daniel is saying that I'm not hiding in your laptop, I'm hiding in his.
Me? He's hiding in both of us, Daniels.
Like, I can't be hiding in Daniel's laptop because he's in the UK. And I'm not. I'm here in Canada, which is why I'm in your laptop.
In Canada?
That goes without saying, Mr. DeKiller. And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought that they could run away from their guilt.
Are you talking about the bun and the knife?
Yes, and my business card.
Oh. this card?
So that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible.
You try to make things easy.
My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service.
He's pretty devoted to his work.
But to disregard everything, to go and stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide my card from sight, that is something I cannot overlook.
It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here.
Ba 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 ba.
So, you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing?
That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too.
No, I already told you I have no intention of using your services! Ever!
Mr. Wright?
Why is he looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? I did that last time.
Ba 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 ba.
From the very beginning.
That is correct. From before my client visited the room. All of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. We keep in contact through Bluetooth earbuds.
I wonder if that's really true.
That's odd. But even more appalling
Why do you think your client did that?
What do you mean by why?
Well, fiddling around at the scene of the crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway?
That is true. I assume it was probably done to frame Mr. Ungard.
If that's the case, then why did the person just request that you do it?
Sadly, that is not possible.
Huh?
My job is to kill, that is all. And to leave my business card behind, naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules.
That's all you have to testify?
Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to the stand again.
Again. As in your plan to continue?
I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? I would play that spin-off.
That would be so cool.
Hitman Phoenix Wright.
Excuse me? No. I'm fine, really. Are you sure, Phoenix?
Are you sure, Phoenix?
I wonder what kind of man Judge thinks now.
What are you going to do now, Phoenix?
Well, I can't be exposed to lie.
That's true. However, you realize that will be very bad for our client, right?
I'm so confused. But one thing I know for sure is I can't let the trial end yet.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this time we have to contradict him.
Alright. Few times,
So-
Adrian.
Alright, anything wrong stick out to you in this statement?
Well, it's not Adrian. Well, no. There's no contradiction, technically. Well, it's not Adrian Andrews, but you know.
Do we have any proof it's not Adrian Andrews?
Exactly.
That's the question.
But it's see fine. I did the same with others. Getting to the first person who discovered the body entered the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very reading that the woman in Korea was dead. Need more appalling secretion. Back to why Did she know? Did she not know that he was already dead in her testimony?
So you think this is wrong?
Yeah, because of the tomato juice, right? Because she was bringing it forward or something. Because I can't exactly remember what she said. But
Yeah, she did say she didn't notice that, you know, she did say when she came onto the scene, she did think he was just napping, you know, with a knife sticking out of his chest. She's like, where else do you keep your knives? So you want to try presenting this?
yeah,
You were right. Congratulations.
congratulations! Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. the Killer.
What is the meaning of that attitude?
1. Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room. Your client had no idea that Hwang Kurita had been murdered.
But how? How do you know that?
From the wine glass, Your Honor.
It says right here in the court record. Adrian Andrews poured this glass of tomato juice for Juan Kurita. The glass.
Killer. Mr. the Killer's supposed client thought Mr. Kurita had only fainted. Which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim.
But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan?
It's not possible, Your Honor. The glass bears the fingerprints of that person.
Adrian Andrews, the client, that person, they.
Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind.
I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now.
For one, I
Witness.
agree with the defense.
Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon?
Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct?
I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Kurita's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all.
How strange. Yes?
Oh god.
Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix? If the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble.
Yeah, I know.
What are you up to, Mr. Attorney?
Oh, nothing at all. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised! I know you can't say things like that without any evidence.
Well, you know.
You know. I know. We all know.
Oh, sorry.
Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you.
Anyway, I'm positive there was a
Sorry.
contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken.
Very well.
Right, now I have to buy us more time.
Unfortunately, more time isn't on sale. I'll have to pay full price for it.
While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items.
Request taking.
This request came to me, about a week ago.
It was a request for my services on the night of the awards ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters.
That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes. So you physically met your client, huh?
That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. A week ago.
1 week ago, are you sure?
Yes, I am quite sure.
I, of course, had my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. When you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind. You as well, Your Honor.
Please, stop.
In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind.
Specific day and time.
It was a request for my services on the night of the awards ceremony.
Press. Just press everything. Did you ask why on that night? And did you ask why on that specific night?
Why is a letter, and you should know better, Mr. Attorney.
No.
I try to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request, but as for why, I only had my suspicions.
Your suspicions, huh? Press further. So what are these suspicions you have? Why did your client request that night?
I'm sure it was all for the bear.
The bear! Bingo!
My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Juan Carita's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me.
Talking about the bear puzzle.
Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its contents at the press conference, after all.
That is correct.
And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was.
I see.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
Yeah. Testimony just now has made one thing clear. And that is... your mom, Your Honor! The client knew the seeker of the bear figure! Huh? Why is everyone so quiet?
Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that.
Oh. Really?
Witness, please continue with your testimony. And disregard that dummy.
So you basically met Adrian Andrews, right?
Of course I did.
What was that? What was that brief pause? Press further. Why not? Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details.
I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
No.
Are you sure?
I mean, we're not gonna lose stuff for saying it's important, so just say it's important. Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. Killer met his client before the murder, then it's unlikely he is mistaken.
So you're saying that his client really was Adrian Andrews?
I guess so.
You see, it is just as I said.
So lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here?
Maya, that's who. Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax.
Now then, would the witness please continue?
No.
That is what occurred. I have made no mistakes ever in my life.
So your client was Adrian Andrews.
That is correct.
Well, he says the two of them met. But if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around.
You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw his suspicion. If you can do that, you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony somewhere.
Talk about delicate balance. I personally just think your mom. That's the answer.
I guess this is one more we have to press multiple times.
Yeah, I think so.
1 week ago, are you sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. I of course have my own preparations. I was barely able to finish. In any case, blah 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 blah. Did you ask why? No. Blah, 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 blah.
Your Honor, I say he's lying. Why? Because I trust my gut.
Oh, I meant to say no that time.
Whoops. It's just like, I'm pulling this bullshit again, Your Honor.
was not important.
What the killer said sounds plausible, but... yeah, it's just his conjecture. No, Your Honor, I don't think it's very important.
Well then, witness, please continue.
The answer is your mom, Your Honor.
Press further. Not important.
Well, he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions.
What do you mean by that?
My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person?
I have already told you, Mr. Wright. I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him.
Him?
That's what I thought. I can trust this person as a client.
Him?
It's true what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
Yes! Yes, it was, Your Honor! I heard what I think I just heard. He's a fucking idiot. Then I think I've got him. Haha, him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance.
Oh, really? If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony. Very well. From the moment I saw him, I thought I can trust this person as a client.
Him!
Well, I don't see anything wrong there. Let's press it to see if we can get any more details.
But as we know, that was not how it turned out, correct? I assume we just present Adrian's profile, though.
What do you mean?
Adrian Andrews turned out to be a client who couldn't stick to the rules, correct?
Well, yes. I suppose you are correct. Daniel says, pronouns in testimony, I win. So I would like to check one last time. Are you sure your testimony is accurate? That is what occurred. I trust my memory and I believe I have made no mistakes ever. When I saw Adrian Andrews, I knew that I could trust him.
Yes, him, because, you know, that Adrian Andrews is obviously a man.
Look at this super mask. Look at this super mask butch.
Did you not hear Adrian earlier? Did Adrian sound more manly than I make her out to be? I would like to go over this one more time.
I'm pretty sure the radio was off when Adrian spoke up.
You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time.
Yes, that is correct. We did tequila shots together.
And that's why you thought he was trustworthy.
How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct.
I'm sorry, but that is a damn. I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale.
What?
Shelly the killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews.
Why would you say that?
Because you made one very big slip up about her.
So what is the issue? What did you just say just now? About her?
But Adrian is the boy's name. What is this? That's the killer. If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman.
Order! Order in court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
When it testified to the following: the fact he always meets his that he always meets his that he always meets face to face with his clients when taking the request. I can help.
But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person.
Yes, Your Honor. That is exactly the point. That means Mr. DeKiller's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews.
That's so funny.
Why would a radio contain oil in the first place, and also why would it contain that much?
A lot of questions, no answers, basically.
Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the radio make such a basic mistake?
I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor.
Her name?
Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name.
Yes, I see.
Unluckily for Mr. DeKiller, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. We, for whatever reason, we referred to her as they the entire time. And so, he simply assumed the wrong gender.
What? What is going on? Shelley DeKiller, this court demands an explanation.
I think somehow I must have mixed this client up with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more.
I know he's just going to spit out more lies.
Would you rather I spit out more poison at your precious item, Mr. Attorney?
No.
Very well, but this time, please give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Request taken. Point 2.
Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of one Karita, and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. So you took this job through a letter?
He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony.
It's almost like he made it the fuck up.
Which means he is definitely lying!
Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. Or at least for Maya.
I know. Can't make it suspicious, but...
Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. What do you think, Phoenix? As long as he's staying there across from me. Love you, Edgeworth. Mwah, mwah. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it.
That's what being rivals is all about.
Now then, let's begin the cross-examination of the radio.
Point 2.
Took request by mail.
Why do you just say that you always meet your clients?
Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom a meeting is simply not possible.
But didn't you meet your client this time?
No, I did not.
Oh, come now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse.
Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me, Mr. Attorney. I shall not sleep with you, no matter how much you persist.
Alright then, just cough it up and confess then.
Mr. Wright, you can't badger a radio with such harsh words. You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. the Killer met with his client?
Do we have any proof? I genuinely don't remember.
Proof that he messed with it, Mr. Engard. No, I don't believe so. Oh. Yes. Maybe?
This possibly... Well, we can save here, so let's try it anyway. It'll work or it won't.
Pretty much. Come this far, I have to try to prove something here. Very well, I'll show you proof.
Are you sure about this, Phoenix?
No. Here's the proof that the witness met with his client who wished Mr. Kurita dead! Oh, nice. So, what do you think?
You may say, what do you think? However, I am, for all intents and purposes, a transceiver radio.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's right, you can't actually see the evidence.
You may call me Shelley de Radio. Well, I don't think this was one I needed to see.
Wow.
I can hear the pure silence in the air there.
Okay, I've picked the wrong piece at a time like this.
In any case, let's continue with the testimony. And let's save our game. Let's load our game, I mean.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Fortunately, I don't have any proof.
I see. Then your line of questioning was just another waste of time. Get your shit together, Mr. Wright.
Sadly for us, Your Honor, that is the nature of right and wrong.
Sick burn, Edward.
Wow. And why could you not meet certain clients?
Recently, I have been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities.
Nice business opportunities?
On top of which, the times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I have joined the times and now take requests via electronic mail. That's a very grandpa line.
Electronic mail? Do you have to mail that in a special insulated envelope? That's an even more grandpa line.
Yeah.
Ah, I am very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as email.
Email.
The contest of mimicry. The judge will be a parrot, hands down.
Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client, and? The request was for the murder of Juan Carita and 2 or 3 other small things.
Press.
Daniel says I want to call him pretentious, but I do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what pretentious thing Daniel is referring to, in all honesty. My best guess would be saying electronic mail instead of email.
2 or 3 other things.
Yes.
And what were these other things?
Oh, Daniel says Mikey is right, and also handsome. A
Hopefully
few
you won't.
other things that have nothing to do with this case.
Should I do? Should I let him slide with that? No. It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Press further, damn it.
Remember that this game has a bad ending.
Oh. Well, whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide.
Mr. Attorney,
Yes.
everything I've said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial for your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination.
Olympics, can you make up bullshit?
Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client?
That's...
I smell the stench of a backstabber, and should you turn out to be one,
Well, wait! Uh-oh, this is looking really bad. Impressed by luck. Alright, I have to think. Is this worth pursuing? No.
let it go, can't hold it back anymore.
Killer sounds like one sharp man. Should try to find a better way to do this without making him suspicious.
Just don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious,
Or being...
don't be suspicious.
Let's continue with the testimony. Radio, if you please.
I saw the name at the end of the plot.
So you're saying that you never saw your client's face, not once?
I did, once. It was when I went to give my client the figurine. I'm gonna be mad if we try presenting the bear again on that first statement again, and this time it's right.
Probably will be.
Yes, I see. But Miss Andrews was wearing a mask at the time.
A mask?
The Nickel Samurai mask. Oh, that's you.
The Nickel Samurai mask, I'm guessing.
Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about this? Do you have any problems with this piece of testimony?
Is there a contradiction?
I don't know, is there?
No, is there? I guess there is. Sure.
Okay, but before I press yes, what do you think the contradiction could be? Just take a minute, think it through.
Thinking. Who can think?
So, the killer is saying that Adrian Andrews had the bear that contained the suicide note.
Yeah.
And then when we got it out in court today, we did find the suicide note in it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can think of? Is there any issue you can think of with that order of events?
Well, I mean,
You mean?
we know that the suicide note was forged. So that's an important point.
That is a point that exists, but did Adrian know that it was forged? She did. She did not know it was forged.
I mean, she said it earlier, but she didn't know it was forged yet.
But what? So we do know that Adrian was looking for the suicide note, but didn't she tell us what she was planning on doing with it if she had found it first?
Burning it?
Yeah.
So I guess.
So you guess?
Yeah. She would just burn it if she thought so. That's contradicting.
All right. Let's see if we can't swing that.
One thing does sort of stick out to me, Your Honor. Witness, I think you most definitely saw your client's face. Let's recall Mr. Power's testimony.
After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. Matt gave the bellboy a tip.
You received quite a large roll of cash from Mr. Ungard. And at the time, he was not wearing his nickel samurai mask.
Oh! Order! Order! Yes, now that you mention it, I do remember that. Witness.
Yes, that night I did wander the floor as a bellboy. I received plenty of tips that night for carrying juice to the various rooms. I made a killing. Is that so wrong?
Huh?
The man who gave me that tip was not my client. He was probably just a very generous person who was very bad with money. He would probably spend $3,800 on a toothbrush. I'm sorry, but sadly we are not nearly so generous here. If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting?
That sounds like a you problem, Edward. Oh, the deja vu. Isn't his salary more than enough for one man?
I've seen his office. He definitely does make more than enough. And where is your evidence that the large roll of cash was not, in fact, a tip? Come, Mr. Edgeworth, show me the... Come, Mr. Edgeworth, show me the money! What? Mr. Attorney.
Yes.
You know, I think your line of questioning has been a little strange. In fact, I would say you don't seem to believe Miss Andrews is my client.
Oh no, it's not like that at all. I just think lies are a good thing, you know.
My killer voice has basically solidified as an Alan Rickman impression at this point. Oh, I know and agree. Lies are not a good thing at all.
Irk.
I think we are on the same page now, aren't we, Mr. Attorney? Remember, If I feel threatened in any way, I am free to cut contact at any time.
I'm sorry, please forgive my foolishness.
Very Japanese line there.
If only you were this apologetic all the time. Anyway, I do not see a huge contradiction here. Therefore, you may continue, witness.
We've pretty much reached the end of our rope here.
Huh? Seems like we're still okay to me.
And that's exactly what is so bad. At the rate we're going, we will end up completely destroying the killer's lie. If we do that, you already know how serious of a situation that will put my A in.
Oh, yeah. All I can do now is pray that those items reach us in time.
Alright, I guess we're digging deeper on this statement.
2 or 3 other things. Press. Hammer. Mr. Attorney, your line pushing is stuff. Look at this. This is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were.
If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine.
The bear figurine.
After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing.
And where was that figurine?
In your mom. It was inside Mr. Kurita's suitcase.
And then what did you do next?
I handed it over to my client right away.
You gave it to your client. Interesting.
This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony.
As you wish. One of these was to find the bear figurine and to give it to Adrian Andrews. I think we're pressing this.
Yep.
Yeah.
I found this figurine at Mr. Engard's mansion. If you gave it to Miss Andrews, then what was it doing there?
I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the plan to frame Mr. Engard, I'm sure.
That makes a lot. Yes, that makes sense. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problems with this piece of testimony?
There's a contradiction. So the killer says he gave the figurine to Miss Andrews. But I know somewhere in that statement there's a contradiction. And yet, I know that if I present something trivial here,
He'll cut the connection on his end. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present strong evidence.
he's right. So now what, Dr. Wright? Present evidence, I mean. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, present what evidence?
All of it! I am an attorney. No.
I think this might be where we bring up that if Adrian had the bear, the suicide note we wouldn't have found the suicide note in court.
Yeah.
We saved pretty recently, so let's just give it a go.
Sent the suicide note in this case, I guess. Well, let's go over this one more time. You gave Miss Andrews the bear figurine. And she told you to take the bear and wait for her at Ungard Mansion. Is that correct?
Yes. Where are you going with this?
Well, I think maybe you might have remembered a few things incorrectly.
What?
It's a battle of wits. I can't let up on it. I don't think it's possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of this bear. You guess?
Alright, let's try it.
Haha! Surely the killer. If you have really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it.
This item. I see where you're going.
Yep, that's where I'm going.
Where is everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase?
No, Your Honor. Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. For the love of God. I was going to burn it for her sake. If even for a single minute, this bear actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. This case is such a lot of going in circles, though.
Order! 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 So that's where you two were going.
So by the very fact that this suicide note was still inside the bear, it tells us that your client did not know how to disassemble the puzzle.
Which means?
It means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. Oh!
Order! Order! Order!
Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before, how I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement.
No, that's not.
That's enough. If that is your intention, then there is only one thing for me to do.
Well, wait.
Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to.
Oh. No, please. Not that. Please wait.
Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand. Otherwise...
Ugh.
What in the... Mr. Wright, are you a beaver?
Oh, poor Felix. His depressive, like, little sprite, I guess. I don't know what we call it. This image is so funny.
His despair sprite.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor?
I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough?
Well, we should...
Edgeworth, we can't do this!
Phoenix, I don't think Edward can receive your second messages yet.
If we keep this up, Maya, she'll...
Prosecution!
What has come over everyone? Even you are...
Prosecution rests.
What is going on around here?
The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor.
What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley DeRadio's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
if I end the trial here, right now, then your client, Matt Ungard, would be declared innocent, and in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder.
Miss Andrews will be charged with murder.
The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Save the game, player.
Damn you.
Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Ungard, to the stand.
The items from the killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out.
Can't believe it.
The outcome now lies in your hands. Dude, did the old guy finally decide?
To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent.
So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out.
Mr. Ungard,
What an atrocious lawyer I have, giving his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap is just as atrocious, don't you agree? It's totally bogus, dude. Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer?
Should I side with justice or should I save my life? I don't like this. I don't know what the right decision is.
You'd better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay?
But if I did that, Maya will die. If I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as the murderer.
So basically, the question this comes down to is, which character do you simp for harder? Maya or Adrian?
Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Do I smack my gavel? Do I gavel my smack? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end!
Daniel says do or die time, which is not entirely accurate. As Phoenix is laying out here, it's die or die time.
It all hinges on what I choose.
now then, Mr. Wright. Let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the
Your
person
mom,
who
Your
sa-
Honor.
If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Matt Ungard, is innocent.
There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want, aren't you? And Daniel says, sorry, my mistake. Die or die time, you either die or you die. Guess I'll die. Right.
I can't do this, but I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart.
Open your heart, it's gonna be alright. Make your choice. Adrian's life or Maya's?
Gotta go with Maya's.
Your Honor, this piece of shit is innocent.
Even though he's not, but...
We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Madame Guard, your client deserves an answer.
Does he, though?
Maya, I'm sorry.
I like how
Madame Guard is...
I like how him apologizing to Maya works whichever choice you make.
For Franziska von Karma?
She's so pretty!
What are you doing? Ow!
You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off of that scruffy fool.
Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them?
You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. All of the items are inside this ugly cabbage here.
What a filthy old cabbage this is.
That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere.
I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in.
I fought long and hard this whole time. All for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside the coat lies a crucial piece of evidence.
Daniel agrees. She's so pretty.
Your Honor! Inside the filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence!
Your final evidence? This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict, so save your game, player. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial.
Well, what?
Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence.
I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please.
These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police.
He must have been in quite a rush.
Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence.
Somewhere among this evidence we're about to see. There will be something that will turn this whole situation around like a miracle. I'm sure of it.
That's all we can hope for. It's still reading your mind, by the way. The first item is a pistol.
Does killing fish have anything to do with this case? Wishing for more details.
Well, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with Franziska.
Does have a relation to this case?
We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case. At least, with me. Remember how...
Like, we're shot?
Remember that Edgeworth is presiding over this trial this time, because Franziska got shot on the first day. That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes.
Oh, now I get it.
I'm going to have this framed and mounted on my wall after this trial. I kept the bullets they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test.
That's the pistol that was used to shoot Franziska. It's probably not going to help us very much.
Unless we want to shoot Matt. Pistol added to the court record.
Small caliber pistol that is thought to have been fired by the killer at Franziska.
The second piece of evidence is this videotape.
I bet the killer took that from Ungar Mansion. Question for more details. Have you checked the contents of that tape?
I'm pretty sure we already know what's on it though. Unfortunately, there was no time to it.
Oh, yeah.
But I would speculate that this tape is very important.
Why would you say that?
Because he came back to his hideout for it.
The killer went back for it?
That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site.
Well, I guess we'll have to present that, probably.
But somehow, it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Shelley the killer is no ordinary man. Videotape added to the court record.
Videotape, one of the items retrieved. The killer violently tried to recover it. Contents unknown. It actually is your mom.
The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform.
Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Question
No,
for more detail.
It's a uniform from your mom.
Was that used during the crime?
I'm almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets.
So about that. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder.
There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There is a button missing on this uniform. A button. It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. Bellboy's uniform added to the court record. Worn by the killer on the night of the murder, one of its special buttons is missing. That is all I have to present, Your Honor.
It's just as I thought.
And was that, Your Honor?
I'm sure, were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelley the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing.
It is, who is the client?
Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Coughlin. You may step down now.
Wait, Your Honor! Please allow me to examine this new evidence!
Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict.
Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he?
Is this the end?
Phoenix?
I knew it. No such thing as a miracle in this world, is there?
I think you're wrong. I think they do exist.
It's saving your game.
But you have to make that miracle happen by saving your game. You've come this far. You can't give up now.
But no matter how you think about it, it's...
Try. For my sake. Just think about it for a second.
I can't
No
think.
hurt.
Yeah.
There are 2 ways out of this situation.
Two? Meaning I have the bad ending and the good ending?
The first. Make Ungard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict.
Huh?
The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If On Guard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go.
But that may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible.
The second way, force the killer to end his contract with On Guard. If the killer were to no longer think of On Guard as his client, then he would let Maya go.
Mia, that's even more impossible. He's the man who values his duty towards his clients above all else.
I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first. But if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle.
The bigger problem is, just as already said, he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them.
Phoenix? Think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us?
The other side? Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? That's what it's all about?
Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it?
Pokey pokey and you turn yourself around? That's what it's all about! The person who needs the evidence.
The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We've seen all the pieces of evidence, and that is how we have come to know the truth. But there is one person who has yet to see them all, and that person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end.
mean save your game.
There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict.
Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
I have already told you, Mr. Wright, this court does not need any more evidence.
I am not saying it. I'm not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor.
Then you want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance.
One chance. I'll lose my entire health bar.
Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person. It's impossible to turn this situation around in one try. One try, that is all I will permit, and it is all the player should need with the ability to save their game.
Have to try to remember. Everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking a guard down at the same time.
Daniel says, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You gotta lose yourself in the music.
Step in the music the moment you find it. You better never let it go.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time with Eminem lyrics. Who would you like to show evidence to?
Fuck. Obviously Maya. Come here, Maya. You want through the whole case? You didn't know the truth. You didn't know anything.
This is how we save Maya. We summon her to court. She's out of On Guard. She's out of the killer's hands. She's safe. On Guard can get his guilty verdict.
My only assumption is just the killer himself, because I guess he hasn't technically been presented this evidence.
So you want to show it to John Doe?
Oh fuck, we have John Doe and the killer. I assume we're gonna use the killer though.
Oh, Daniel says that allegedly Eminem is into NFTs now anyway.
Oh, that's no good.
Okay, so are we showing it to the killer, or are we showing it to Celeste,
I think we're doing the killer.
or are we showing it to Juan?
Oh
Or
yeah.
are we showing it to Detective Gumshoe?
Oh yeah, Juan's absolutely gonna be like, wow.
Or are we showing it to Pearl?
Yeah, oh yeah, Pearl, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah,
This is the actual true answer.
let's have Mia vacate Pearl's body for a minute so we can show Pearl the videotape of Juan Carita being murdered. Live on camera. I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. That I'm a lawyer!
Lawyer. Well, I mean, it has to be one new episode. Not gonna be his fault. I don't think that's important. I'm between the bellboy's outfit and the tape. But the tape, I mean, he was trying to, like, kill people for, like, severely injure people for that tape. So, tape seems pretty important. Yeah. The tape.
Okay. So we're going with the tape. We're not going with the gun that we already know he owned, or the bellboy's uniform that we already know he wore.
But we don't know what's on the tape, so therefore.
Well, we know what's on the tape, but does the killer know?
But, yeah.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness.
Why don't you say the killer?
Because you might have made the wrong choices.
Okay.
Yeah, they gave it the generic they gave it the same generic response as when you get it wrong, so, to up the tension. In case you might be saved coming through this because you have no idea what the fuck. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier.
Alright. Looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right?
Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence?
Yes. One is all I need.
One ring is all I need. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Hedgehog.
And here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back.
That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape.
I thought so.
I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard.
Do you know the contents of this tape?
Yes, it is a sex tape of Ungard having sex with your mother. I was sternly told by my client not to watch it. I did anyway, it was hot as shit. Your mom is a hottie with a body. So I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, you are on.
Me?
There is a video camera hidden at the crime scene.
In Bingo's eye.
Your actions were being recorded.
What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted the camera?
Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was Adrian Andrews.
Be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right?
Yes.
That was so they could film you!
I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing?
To blackmail you, duh, backstab you, woohoo. The dory.
I would like to know why.
Why the Vanguard filmed the crime scene?
Because he's a pervert.
He just likes it. He's into that shit. The reason why he did that is to get out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted to see Juan get his.
He didn't trust your skills.
Okay, even if I didn't already say blackmail, I would have figured this out anyway, because these other options are just stupid. Blackmail. Your client once told me something very interesting.
Your client once told me something very interesting.
Wow, that was great. We were talking about you, just casually, and this is what they said.
Shelly the Killer's dick is fucking huge, dude. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. Least of all assassins with huge dicks. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want.
Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelly the Killer?
It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning.
Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client.
I have one question for the radio. Yes. You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the radio name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. I see. That's all I wanted to know.
The traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around.
This is how we'll Yakuten this Saibon. Mr. Wright.
Yes.
My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you, your precious item. What the? I'm not an item!
Maya, I thought I'd never see you again.
Daniel says, the miracle happened!
I mean, you did. Oh, thank goodness!
That is a reference to a typo from the bad ending from the original release of this game.
Oh?
Yeah, one of the line one of the like in the bad ending Phoenix monologues, and he talks about how the miracle never happened, but the line reads in the original game, the miracle never happened. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I am sort of I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and God! Miss Von Karma, where did that She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict, at last.
Mr. On guard! Looks like somehow you got what you wanted.
Palms are sweaty, mom's spaghetti.
You finally received the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy.
But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Daniel says, behold, a dipshit. And me saying this over a sprite of Edgeworth makes it funnier. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watched this video, a sex tape of him having sex with your mother.
Oh no.
Help me! Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is this all right with you, Mr. Wright? We've finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you.
Don't. I mean, does he deserve death? Does he deserve death? Right, Chief.
It's up to you. Do you want
go
him to go to prison? Or do you want him to go to the electric chair? Or do you want him to get hunted down and butchered like a dog?
That's hard. What punishment is worthy of his crime? We'll go not guilty. Once again, for his crimes.
Alright, eat up, the killer. Soup's on.
Congratulations, Mr. Mangard. Please make sure to savor every moment of what little time you have left. Your Honor! As always, the defense pleads not guilty.
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Matt on guard.
No, hold it.
Hold it! Please, wait.
What's the matter?
If I get a not guilty, I'll be killed.
You'll be killed either way.
I'm no guilty.
Well, his poor face.
As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth.
I don't remember you helping out much in this.
Get fucked, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard?
I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whip leather right about now.
Very good. I hate that guy. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness?
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor.
Oh, there's a beetle in the corner.
The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, All I felt was despair.
Setsuboka.
She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her.
With a knife.
I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did.
With a knife. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me.
But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Ahmed, I felt like I had finally been saved.
Hey, she finally smiled.
Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I am really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I've felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone.
It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about, like, what is this camera thing? But everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Didn't even deliver a verdict.
Nope.
You were great out there, Phoenix.
What I did out there was right, wasn't it?
This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. Good night, everybody! You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right?
Yes, I understand now.
Phoenix, think back for a second. I'm talking to you telepathically right now. Think of the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. Like, seriously, why are her lips not moving? What is going on?
Now then, Mr. Wright. Let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter.
I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. So I just serve justice. So I have my life. My client, Mangard is...
Is he guilty, or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then, and your answer. Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right!
Edgeworth!
I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody.
Really? For pearls? You're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, she's quite safe, mysterious little girl I don't know. She is on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
You did!
You cut out a bit there.
You did! You really did, Mr. Nick! Ow. Punch is deceptively hard for a kid.
Pearl is the strongest character in the Ace Attorney canon.
I believe in you. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her.
And then they'll get married and kiss and have a million babies.
Ah!
Daniel says, Pearl solos your faves.
Thanks. Oh! What's wrong? Miss Von Karma.
Hmm.
About earlier, thanks. Ow!
Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you are still happy? It's almost like Maya meant something to Phoenix or something.
I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma.
But you will always be pretty. How dare you? Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago.
Edgeworth?
For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remains spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish version of me. I fought him in my usual manner, and tasted my first defeat, and then my second. And then I ended up getting framed for murder. That was weird. And then there was that other case that took like 6 weeks. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then, Merry Christmas. It was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. But what foolish nonsense! We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. Knives, guns, whips, cups of boiling coffee. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew
And
it,
his whole thing about the entire thing.
and then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold, and everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you.
The truth?
Yes. That's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory. Who ran away into the night.
Ah! Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me. All those years ago.
Man, remember dorky little Edgeworth with his dorky little bow tie?
We do. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. Decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least that's what I told myself.
You pathetic fool.
Miss Von Karma!
I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. The Von Karma bloodline ends here.
Ziska threw something on the ground just now.
This is an electromagnetic receiver.
Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe?
I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else.
Ah! Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip?
I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right?
Okay.
Nick!
Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
Aww.
Sweet look.
I'm not sure if I should make that image the thumbnail or the one of Franziska bursting through the doors. Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got on guard convicted like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me.
Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you.
It's pronounced desert.
But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here.
Thankfully, no whammies. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly.
Jake's just like... Is it really that easy to do something like that?
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Don't mention it.
Maya. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Alright! I think it's time we got out of this depressing place.
Huh? Where are we going?
Food, Nick! Food! Grub! Chow! I'm starved! I'm so hungry even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick.
You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please!
If you insist.
Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint?
Don't be silly, Nick.
Huh?
This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast.
Another feast?
Come on, Nick. Food! March 23rd, 7:38 p.m. Gatewater Hotel, hotel lobby. Hey, pal! Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Gumshoe, are you alright?
Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things.
A telephone pole. Then it wasn't a red light that got him.
You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking.
Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of the Steel Samurai.
But thanks.
Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Right too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it, tonight even.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, come on now. Everyone gather round. Y'all are gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer.
Looks like Laura bought herself a new camera.
Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen.
You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, Detective.
Oh, me? You really think so?
He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had blah 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 blah. I think this trial would have had a very different ending.
The bad
well. Oh, well, you know, it's...
Ho 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 ho. Merry Christmas!
Oh, wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. What?
4?
Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket.
There was a 4th item.
Oh, come on, y'all. It's over. Woo, boy, I tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped and getting accused of murder again and never a dull moment with you, huh? You think?
Why she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days. Weren't you scared?
Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So where is this picture of yours?
Yeah! I want to see it! I want to see Mystic Maya's picture!
You know, I don't know where it went.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway.
Oh. It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again.
Tetris, Edgeworth, do you have to play Tetris right now? Yes. Hmm?
Was it Edgeworth?
This thing is picking something up.
Ah, that's Miss Von Commer's receiver. Ooh, thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. Is that legal?
That's odd. And no, it's not, but she gets away with it anyway because she's white and pretty. And rich. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location.
Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself, save the game player. I still have some work to do.
Huh? But, Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet.
You've eaten way too much, you glutton.
Phoenix, she just got back from 2 days of being starved. Give her a break.
What is wrong with you, Phoenix? Bro.
I had fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait.
What?
I just want to say, I love you, Edgeworth. You really saved me there.
If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right?
I feel like words alone are enough here. Kiss you. Wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how much I love him. My attorney's badge. So this is the one, the web porting attorney badge. That's it. Sure. The web.
Well, yeah, they added the whip to our court record after the trial was over, so this would be the only time it would be possible to present it. So might as well. What's this?
Your mom. Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her.
You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job.
It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick.
He teleported away again.
Hey, Mr. Maya!
Hmm? Yes, Pearly?
I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean.
Pearly? Will you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me. Stop calling me out like this.
Anyway, so who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy SpaghettiOs, pal. So I kinda already put your name on the bill.
Huh? Huh?
Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It better be anyhow, for $3,000.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all.
Huh? 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 Isn't this great, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, Nick.
Why do I suddenly feel like screaming?
So, fun thing, in the DS ports of these games, you could actually yell into the microphone to do the objections, the hold it's, and the take that's.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get it to work in the 1DS emulator I have though. I was probably just doing something wrong though. You don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, Bill, time to let it all out.
It's going to be the first time I hear the real you.
Go on. It's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all.
Objection. All right then. If you say so.
Come on, give me your best.
No. Too tired.
Yes.
Free.
I'm not pushing A until you do it.
What? Give my best objection?
Yes, but louder.
Okay. Objection!
That was really well timed. You said it at the same time as Daniel's objection message popped up. Planning script director Shu Takumi, who was allegedly drinking heavily during the writing of this game. You really came
Based
through
on
for
the
me, Nick.
writing of some of the cases.
I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. I've even been tased.
Yeah, you could say Mystic Mind, Nick. I'm so happy for the two of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel is a proper place for a honeymooner. So you sort of made reservations for the two of you, just in case.
Well, pal, looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my sake. I heard he said things like,
Letting that one go is bad for all of society.
I knew it. Crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal. Sight reading is hard.
That's how I learned how to read.
I, Maggie Bird, am retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. It brings smiles and joy to people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright.
I forgot about her.
And we'll never ever see her again.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? I'm Director Haughty. Oh ho! Recently? Yes. That girl, you know, I haven't seen her around. Yes. I remember. Even if I even laid so much as an eye on her, it would go crap! It didn't matter if I got whipped, though. Yes. Oh ho!
It's time to begin our quest of world circus domination, sweetie. And to let the world know we're serious, I plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe.
Hey, man! What do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk?
If there are any talking bunnies, even they won't. I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at Moe's jokes. I'm ready! I'm ready! There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears! I'm gonna be more contemporary with my humor. Mo Curls, represent!
Good, Aaron, you have to go around. Prepare for the Hallelujah chorus. Say something, will you? You're supposed to start this up. Get on with it!
Ow, 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 ow. Please, Fro, stop.
What's this? Drat! It's just an ordinary electric razor on its charging stand. I can't believe this. Really? How long do they plan on making me do this? But it's Edgy Poo's idea, so that means it must have a deep hidden meaning. But, why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? It was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy and treat me like royalty. And any man who hadn't heard about this...
Old bag. I can never keep up with her.
I can read it. I can't read out loud, but I can keep up with her.
Yeah, I can keep up with it like in my head, but not out my mouth.
Yeah. Appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me. I did not hear that. Well, that's right. I received your car. My thing keeps glitching out.
Okay,
Really thankful to have met everyone. I don't know what anything just said because it glitched out and then it was gone. I was like, okay, great.
Basically, Adrian just gave shipbait to her and Von Karma. It has become as such. I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed with longevity. This radio will now self-destruct. Yeah, Adrian and Franziska is a big ship in the fandom.
I see.
March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International departures, Gate 12. Time for me to talk to myself. Where are you going, Franziska? How did you know I was here? With this? That's... I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his cabbage, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy, drab cabbage of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Kammer's daughter. Francisco. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what, and failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that, but me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my paper there. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you?
No.
I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, kinky, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. Well, more like face to face. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Francisco von Kammer.
Aww.
I am Francisco von Kammer. I'm so pretty. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now, so you had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again.
Okay, sauce.
Franny's got a crush.
Nick.
That's Maya's drawing, by the way.
Adorable.
Capcom.
You've won the game!
Saving, do not turn the system off. Alright. So that has been Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Right? Okay, yeah. Farewell, my turnabout. So what do you think?
It was a lot of fun.
Say again?
It was a lot of fun.
Alright, I'm glad you had fun.
I do indeed enjoy Ace Attorney.
So how did you feel about the fourth case?
I actually really liked it. I felt it was dragged on really, really long. And it was not interesting most of the time. See, I don't know. Especially with the last trial, I felt was very... Because obviously, we were just playing... It was just a lot of chasing around. And obviously, I get why it was done, but it was just like... I didn't... It was just like... I understand why we did it, but it was still like... It just took so long. Oh my god. Can we just get to like the final part where Maya saved already?
That's fair, that's fair. So
The trial was interesting besides from that. Like, I enjoyed finding out everything, but once you found out everything, and then you had the third trial where the last day of the trial where you knew everything, but you couldn't like prove it because like you had to, you know, protect Maya, and it was just I didn't like that being around the bush.
Totally fair, totally fair. So how did you feel about the third case?
The third case was what's the third case? The circus case? I don't remember which case was which now.
Well,
the first case was the one with Bird.
You still have the preview up, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, okay. This was the one. The circus. Because the second one was the one with Maya. That case sucked.
Okay, so
wasn't horrible. I mean, it was horrible. It was my least favorite case we've done so far. It was, like, you know, enjoyable in some parts, but it's just the creepy pedophilia in it. Well, undertones anyway. And the stupid ending and answers to some of the questions. And some of the characters were just annoying. But I didn't like the case.
Totally fair, and you are not even close to being alone in feeling that. And alright, what did you think about the second case?
I enjoyed that case. I thought it was fun and it was interesting. And all the answers pretty much made sense. And yeah, that case wasn't bad.
Cool. And how did you feel about the first case?
Don't really remember it, so that's my answer for that one.
That's also fair. It was a tutorial case. To this day,
I remember Phoenix lost his memory. Literally, I just remember Phoenix lost his memory, and that's all I remember from that case. I don't remember what the case was about.
So you don't remember the bunch of fucking bananas?
I completely forgot about that.
The glove that was custom made?
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Oh my god. Just shows you how that went right out the wazoo.
Yeah, the question that still sticks with me to this day about this case is how exactly did Richard push Dustin off the ledge without Maggie seeing?
Her eyes closed.
Yeah, they never really established how the murder was actually carried out. They focus more on Richard's like motivations and such.
Yeah.
So now that you've finished the game they debuted in, how do you feel about Pearl and how do you feel about Franziska von Karma?
Well, we know how I feel about Franziska, given she's my profile picture on Discord right now. We love her.
You simp.
Yes. And Pearl is so sweet. We love Pearls. We protect Pearls.
Yeah, Pearl is one of those kid characters who manages to be more endearing than annoying.
Yeah.
And from what I remember of my first playthrough, I don't think I liked Franziska that much until that last scene where she had the heart-to-heart with her brother.
Yeah.
Because like at that point I was like, oh, at that point I was like there was more depth to her than just
Not
her being
just-
a bitch. A bitch who cares more about winning than about whether or not the person she's sending to the chair is innocent.
Yeah.
Also, apparently there are people who ship these two, and that's cursed. Do not do that.
No. I listen. I kind of ship Phoenix and Edgelord, but like, ironically but unironically, like it's just like I think it's funny. I think they have chemistry and it's just funny. Cause like there's just like yeah.
Alright, so this has been Ace Attorney 2. We will do the third game probably after Birth by Sleep. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Trials and tribulations.
But that's gonna be it for tonight, Twitch chat. Hope y'all had fun. Hope y'all will join us again on Starburst channel tomorrow, twitch.tv/STARBRRR, for more Shin Megami Tensei 5, where we are inching closer to the end of that game. And I am looking forward to what Starburst will stream immediately after it. And then you can come back. And then you can come back here on Thursday for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Terra's story. Bye, Twitch chat. Loves y'all.
Bye.